Hey comic book community, Long Box Love Affair here. First off, thank you to all the new subscribers to my channel. There has been so many people joining on board and I cannot be more happy about that. So thank you if you're brand new, and thank you if you're someone who's been with me for the long haul. I guess I've been on YouTube for just over 2 years, maybe somewhere around there. And found some great deals, showing off my comic book hauls, and then doing some unboxings and things like that. So this is a different video today. I'm home, it's self-isolation time, and I'm trying to figure out and take advantage of CGC and pressing books. So I have a person that I use regularly for pressing on Instagram. They have an account. I believe they're comic book pressing, but if you hit me up on Instagram, I can connect you. With the conventions not happening right now, I think now is the time to get books into CGC. I have a batch in already that I've been meaning to submit. I just got my Amazing Spider-Man #1, and there's a video coming up on that very soon. But and that was just slabbed. So and there's more waiting for me. So I'm thinking of sending another batch. And so I have three or four piles of books right here, and I'm trying to figure out what to send to CGC for their private signings, because they've just announced a lot of private signings. And if you haven't seen that, make sure you go to CGC's website. I'm trying to figure out what books I get pressed, thus which books I send to CGC to be graded. So let me start with, I'm just going to talk about my thought process here and just be a stream of consciousness about which books I'm thinking of, because I haven't made decisions yet. So if you all have any feedback, feel free to give it. So right now, I'm interested in the George Perez signing. So if you saw my video on East Coast Comic Con in New Jersey this past June 2019, I went and got books facilitated by George Perez for the George Perez signature. It was one of his appearances on his farewell tour to conventions. Now, the facilitator was not able to get them signed at the convention. Instead, they were going to have a private signing at some point in the near future. Well, it looks like that day has come. So that facilitator, Desert Winds, has been pretty communicative to me. And they say that they have those books, my books, ready to be signed. They're going to get it taken care of and get them slabbed. That's just George Perez books. And so it's a bunch of Infinity Gauntlets, and it is it's like the first appearance of Nightwing. There may be another book in there too, I just can't remember. It's been so long. So it's about 6 books they have. Meanwhile, they got my books that I had given them with Ron Lim's signature. Those had already been signed and slabbed. So Infinity Gauntlet #4 came back in 9.2 with Ron Lim's signature. Sorry for the glare. I've had these for a while now. #6 is a 9.6 newsstand, but then I also got a 9.8 in that with Ron Lim. One of my favorite covers, #5, newsstand, came back in 9.4. And this one came back at 9.6. So I'm thinking, I already have Lim's signature. I do not have George Perez's. And to get the double sig of both of them, I could send these into CGC for their private signing that they're going to do in the near future, in the next couple months. So the books are due at the end of May 2020. And I'm thinking of having them, crack these and get the Perez signature and send them back. So that's my debate right now. And for some of the ones that got less than 9.8, maybe get them pressed as well through CGC. The other thought I had is to get these books pressed and signed with just the solo Perez. So I have a couple of Infinity Gauntlet, #4, newsstand there. #3, newsstand. #2, and #1 newsstand. Now, these books, I have different versions of these being signed right now by Desert Winds through the George Perez signing that they're doing, which is separate from what I understand. So I'm debating whether I want to spend the extra money and get any of these signed. I'm going to be examining the condition and figuring that out. But before I do that, I'll probably get them pressed. The other thing I'm really thinking about getting signed And I was inspired by, I think it was Amazing Murfinator, had this comics preview 94. I found it on eBay a while back. It's a decent copy, and to get a Perez signature would be amazing. So just a really cool cover artwork. I love that. You don't see this image of Thanos anywhere. I'm debating what to do. I don't know how many I will send into CGC for the Perez signature, but I'd like to send a handful. So we'll see. It's about $70 for everything per comic. So it does add up. And so the finances, I have to just not get carried away. So that's the Perez signature opportunity. The other books I'm thinking that have already been pressed and are ready to go to CGC, I have a stack like this, so I might need to edit it because I'm usually overly ambitious. Is New Gods, #1. I've had this book for a while. I'm thinking, just for the heck of it, to get these pressed, or not pressed, get these slabbed and maybe just sell them for a little bit more on eBay and flip those, maybe. This book could be worth slabbing. It's a 9/8 candidate, The Death of Damien. I love this cover, another 9/8 candidate. This is the first Cosmic Ghost Rider, one of the variant covers, the trading card variant. And it would look great in a slab because it has a back that has essentially like a trading card, all the diagnostics of all the stats of Thanos. So that's pretty cool. I have 2 copies of Thanos Wins. First, the regular issue cover, Thanos 13. I have a minty Thor #1, first female Thor. These are minty, the Venom 1 and 2 Casada cover. Just back from the press is this 340 Hulk, iconic Wolverine newsstand. It's probably a 9/4. It has a spine crease. Also just back from cleaning and pressing. Just figure I get this one done for good. Now my presser did tell me, he's like, I couldn't get the sticker off. I was like, what are you talking about? There's a sticker? He's like, yeah, I thought it was a moon. I didn't realize all this time that this was a sticker. I'm still gonna get it graded. It still has a name on it, but you know what? I'm gonna get it graded. We'll see what happens. I hope I don't. Do y'all think this will come back a green label or something like that with the signature? That's not a signature. Also thinking of getting these 2 graded. They are newsstand editions of the Proposal. Back from cleaning and pressing, first appearance of Cable. It's probably in the low to mid 9s. Also, newsstand, first appearance of Super Sons. Bought this on eBay a while back, and that was the start of my newsstand collecting. Another newsstand that you just don't see online is this Vengeance of Bane 2. I don't know how rare it is, but thought I'd get it slabbed. It is minty, so that's why I thought it might be worth slabbing up there. And then I have second copies of this that I thought I would slab. I looked at the price tags. I bought these for $6 and $4 each, so respectively. So $10 for both of them. Meanwhile, later on, I bought 2 more higher grade versions for much more. And then also thinking of getting this one slabbed, Son of Satan, first appearance. I got this pressed, cleaned, spine adjusted a little bit. Paid like, I don't know, $20 at Baltimore Comic Con this past year from a local dealer. So those are the books I'm most likely going to send to CGC, and they're ready to go to CGC. But the books that I'm thinking of getting pressed, thus CGCing. And so some of these are personal collection, and like I have there, and then some of them are also books I'm thinking of selling in the future. And the books I'm thinking of selling in the future, I was picking out some of my Invincible run. I have #1 already graded, but Invincible #2 and #4 and #3. These are in no particular order. Some of them are minty and some of them might be in the 8 some odd range. And so I have to debate if it's worth slabbing. So what do you think? If you think it's going to come back in the 8 range or lower, is it worth slabbing any of these Invincibles? I'd love to hear what y'all think. This is pretty mint. Some of these are first appearances. Some of these are just really low print runs. This is like iconic cover from the run, Invincible. Number 5. I have the whole set, and I'm probably going to sell the set eventually once the TV show comes out, and hopefully it will. This one, oh, that's pretty mint. This could use a little cleaning, but otherwise mint. These white covers are hard. Number 8. Let's get some more Invincibles. Frank Cho cover. This cover always throws me off because it looks like the cape are their arms, so it looks like she has 4 arms. It freaks me out. I don't love it, but it's a Frank Cho. First appearance of Battle Beast, number 19. And then a variant cover to 75. I have one already at CGC that's a little bit worse off. Actually, no, I don't. I decided not to send it. This one is probably the better condition before a press. So thinking about pressing that and getting it graded. Also, get this one pressed. First Thunderbolts, Hulk 449, Amazing Spider-Man 263, first appearance of Normie Osborn. Really nice copy, probably in the 9s. 9/8 candidate is Young Avengers number 1. Would probably get it pressed just to be safe. Debating whether to press and grade these. They're not 9/8s, but they're probably close. 9/4s to 9/6s. The first appearance of Gambit in the cameo. This book, I'm surprised that it's going for a bit, but you don't see too many of them on eBay. I had it on eBay, had some offers. I decided to take it off. Wasn't getting quite the traction I wanted, and feel a CGC 9/8 potential would be a better investment. So trying to think about that. Another Thor, first Jane Foster Thor. Just getting ready for the TV show. Miss Marvel, number 1, first print. Debating these might not be worth it. One of the cameos, Captain Marvel 17, right? Cameo of Kamala Khan, I think, one of her second cameos maybe. And then going on with Girl Power, we got What If 10. It is the first Jane Foster as Thor out of continuity. This is a really decent copy. I paid $18 for it right before the hype. Some of the staples are trying to push through. It's probably a high 8 to low 9 copy. And then really high grade copy of the cameo of Apocalypse and X Factor 5. So I'm debating pressing and sending those off to be CGC'd. So right now I just need to crunch the numbers and figure that out. But would love to hear what y'all think. You think I'm crazy? Are there some books in here that are definitely worth it or not? I think I could probably guess what some of the answers would be, but why not create a dialogue here? So yeah, different kind of video. That's just a little bit of the thought process I'm having and thinking. CGC doesn't have the conventions coming on, so they probably don't have a whole lot of stuff coming in the door. I'm sure they have plenty, don't get me wrong, but I think right now it's a little slow with the submissions of people who are not doing on-site submissions for conventions or getting signature series. So thanks everybody for watching. I got to decide which Infinity Gauntlets to send, and we'll go from there. So again, appreciate all of you new subscribers. If you don't have the bell hit on my little profile there, that if you hit that bell, you get notices whenever I post new content. So appreciate all the love, and I'll talk to you later. Stay safe. Bye.